The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Black Lincoln Collective, its guests, or decent human beings. You have been warned. The robot revolution will begin in 3, 2, 1.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host, Parker. Featuring the sultry sounds of Fred and also Allan on the board.
Let's go already!
And now, let's start the damn show.
Welcome, one and all, to the 82nd son of a bitch Black Lincoln Collective podcast. We're so glad that you were able to come. See, if I throw it in there, Fred, so every time I say 82nd, I have to say that 82nd son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. That's
then
it.
It's okay, because then then I'm not an idiot in the beginning. So welcome to the show.
How you get to such and such? Oh, you go down to 82nd son of a bitch street, take a left.
And you turn right on that son of a bitch, 81 14 57. You're like, what? I'm like, and then you're there. Man.
And you're done.
I don't know, man. Come on. Get a damn GPS. Whitey.
Just trying to find a McDonald's.
Yeah, oh, there's a McDonald's everywhere. I went to 2 different McDonald's today. That was great. So, welcome to the show. Again, dude, some days you just go to McDonald's.
You went to 2 different McDonald's?
Yeah, and one of them didn't have soda or drinks of any kind. It was noon, and I had to get a coffee, like a hot coffee.
That's the only thing.
That's all I had. I was like, what do you have? And they're like, we don't have soda, we don't have tea. I was like, what do you?
Can I have a Big Mac meal with a large coffee?
Yeah, I was like, I guess a coffee. As a matter of fact, I did get a Big Mac meal. And I was like, son of a bitch. Like, and they're like, you want cream and sugar? I'm like, I don't want coffee. Like, I would legitimately rather just have a cup of water than a coffee at freaking 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm never going to sleep tonight.
Nothing. No, it's not even that. It's just nothing goes with a Big Mac coffee. Yeah. There's nothing in the world.
There's nothing worse. I mean, give me the orange juice. You got that orange juice back there? Give me the orange juice.
I could even swing orange juice better than coffee. Like with stuff.
Give me 5 of those apple juices.
Yeah, right.
Little box.
Pour them all together. Squeeze them real hard.
Squeeze them out of the box.
Squeeze them in there and put them in there. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyway, so welcome to the show. Welcome to the 82nd son of a bitch. I am, of course, your host, Parker, and I am joined by my old buddy, Freddie. Freddie.
That's right. I'm Fred. Thanks, man. I'm glad to be here every week, and I love it. And I also want to welcome to the show our dearest and most closest is his friend, Mr. Allan on the board.
Right.
Welcome, Allan.
Thank you for that introduction. That was pretty cool. Thank you.
He worked on that, man.
Yeah, I did. I've been trying.
He's like, I'm going to give this man his credit.
It's just so fake. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I really like this guy.
I really hate that son of a bitch.
You know, it's just like, God damn it.
Well, that's the thing about friends, man. Is like when you have people that you're like tertiary friends, like guys, you're like, that guy's all right or that lady's all right. Yeah, like you're nice to them. And like generally speaking, and they're like, "Oh, what a great guy!" And you're like, "You are not. I don't feel the same."
You don't know me,
But like, well, no, I'm great. But it's just that, like, you don't deserve to know how great I am. Yeah. You telling other people that I'm great is true. Right. You should be telling people more great stuff about me. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that Freddie hates me. So
right. Well, and so like your closest friends, you're like, I'm going to kill you. Like I will literally murder you. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Kill you with paintballs.
Oh, I've done it. Yeah. Multiple things.
Dude.
Multiple things. I've tried to kill
somebody. I had a friend like that, man. Like we had just went on the spurs, just bought some paintball guns, and we were like out in the woods just shooting them, and like I had my back turned or something, and he just started lighting my back up. You know what I'm saying?
Turn your back on a killer, friend.
That's a
like
true
that
friend.
shit hits you, and you can't move. You're like,
So yeah, my buddy Matt, one time, speaking of trying to kill somebody, we went to visit another friend of ours, Draper. Shout out to Draper, in Pennsylvania. And we got drunk as shit, and we were in a rental car, and he's like, "Can you drive home?" And I was like, "Yes, I can." And like by home, we're in Pennsylvania, driving back to Ohio.
Oh,
in the middle of the night.
Oh no!
And like, yeah, I could have done it if I would have gotten. I'm admitting to drunk driving.
Yeah, you are.
Don't drunk drive, kids. It's not smart and it's not cool. And the story. This is the moral of the story.
That's right.
Right before I would have got on the interstate, I did not see the turn, and I ran the car right into the woods.
See?
And like almost hit a tree, and like thankfully there was like an embankment, so it it just kind of stuck.
Just went down in there. Yeah.
We drove it back. We were able to get it back to his house, and we went to sleep. And the next morning we woke up and had to call like his our job. Man.
Drinking and driving is not.
No, it's not cool, man.
Not something you want to do, man.
No,
I mean,
especially
I've done it too, man. And I've woken up like probably a quarter mile from my house in the ditch.
And you're like,
we're like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like.
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not. That's good. Don't do it.
I've never done it.
You never done it. That's a good idea.
Good, Steve. You're the angel of the group,
dude. One time I was drunk. Okay, so this is
Allan's the C, and it stands for.
Yeah, how is this the one thing that Allan's like? I don't know what you're talking about, gentlemen.
Every time I went drinking, and we went with Draper, so he drove better drunk. So
he did drive better drunk, and then that's a whole other thing. That's the only dude in my whole life I ever met who would if he was plastered, he drove 55 miles an hour and perfectly did everything. Could execute a 3-point turn, no problem.
Yeah,
parallel park, no problem. Yeah. But if he was sober, you're done.
Dude, if he was sober,
you were going to die. You were going to die.
Would be like tight.
Yeah, it would. Listening to fucking Billy Vanilli tapes and shit. Yeah. So, no, you know what? I didn't die, and I'm proud of that. But it reminded me, getting drunk reminded me of. Well, so they're doing work in my neighborhood over here, and they've it's like a lot of work. It's been a week of the stuff, and they brought out a porta potty. And then my kids were like, "Oh, cool, porta potty." And I'm like, "No, not cool."
No,
but
it's not cool.
Great, right? And I know you guys deal with that on the reg.
Yeah.
So they brought it out, and it was like, okay, porta potty. And then we had this really bad storm. And the next morning we went out and the shit was flipped over, on its side, door side down.
Ooh.
And, and I was just like, and the kids were like, what's going to happen? And I was like, I don't know, but man,
I want to see it.
I don't want to know. I don't want to see it at all.
You don't want to see it?
Why would I want to see that, Fred?
How they go?
I would like to see how they get it out. Like how the poor guy who's like, all right, I'm going to let I was like, just imagine it. Because, it's going to take them a day or so to get a new one out there.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what they do. I hope they weren't like, well, flip it up and have fun.
Just go. No, that's what they do. I've seen them clean it. They just spray it out.
They get like a hose,
spray it down. Yeah. They got like a pressure washer where they spray it down.
And then they'll suck it up and
that's their life.
Yeah, dude, it's disgusting.
It's a dirty job.
That's terrible. That's terrible. Did the poo get on your grass?
Well, it wasn't in my yard or anything. It was in a common area, but we drove by it every day, and they had all kinds of caterpillars and all this stuff. Yeah. And so it was just one of those things where I was like, man,
I was about to say I was going to come to your neighborhood and drop off a package.
Oh yeah, come poop in my freaking whatever. Yeah, why not? If you guys want to, come feel free to. If you
call hey Matt, down the street, man.
Yeah, I feel like if we were gonna do that, we would be the official porta potty.
Porta potty.
If we were called Porta Potty Podcast, we'd probably be more popular.
If you work outside, man, porta potties. Well, you can find out where they're at.
Yeah.
Oh man. You don't tell nobody about them either.
No. If you have the nice clean ones, you don't say a word.
Ones that are just kind of sitting out where they're just haven't been picked up or
right, or maybe they ain't been working on it. They ain't been working on the site in a while. You know what I'm saying? But they still got the porta potty out there.
Yeah, because they'll keep bringing them out there until as long as they're getting paid, they'll keep bringing them out there.
Yeah, until the money stops.
Oh man.
Yeah. I had one, man. It was set behind a Porta Potty Podcast.
Okay, yeah, I know, dude.
Brought to you by Mr. Clean.
That's what I'm thinking. Brought to you by Indoor Plumbing. Congratulations. You don't have to use this.
But yeah, no, it sat back and like they were doing work, but it sat behind some trees. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess nobody saw that one. No, that was mine. I drive out the way.
I love the idea of like 20 dudes working in the field, right? Like they're just working away, la 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 la, and then they just see like some dude, just Fred, just pulls up, and, like just shit their porta potty, and then like just right,
that's the way it happens.
Every day,
exactly the way it is.
Every day, they're like,
That's
oh,
what
it's that guy again. Every day he comes and shits right here.
Yeah.
I just love
You
that.
get your locate machine outside the door, you know, you're like,
oh yeah, you have to pretend like, oh yeah, I've been over here all day.
Somebody's in there working.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm working inside there. You know?
Yeah. I've been working I'm locating whatever in this porta potty.
I'm trying to delocate this turd out my ass.
How many people do you think have died in porta potty accidents? Not in porta. I mean, yes, in the porta, but like if it tips over. You think you would die? I guess you probably wouldn't die.
No,
but you could fall off.
I mean,
you wish you were dead.
I mean, you
wish you did.
I would think
maybe die of embarrassment.
Yeah, you know I would think at one time somebody would have died like smoking a cigarette and then gases and it just.
Oh yeah.
Is poop flammable?
Well, no, but like the methane.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, the methane. I think they did that on Mythbusters. Like, I don't think
that's why they put that blue shit in it so it won't.
Oh, is that
that blue shit?
Well, you guys are getting some riveting fucking porta potty talk today. I got to tell you for sure.
This episode of Porta Potty Podcast
is the last episode of Porta Potty Podcast. If you're on the corner of 418 and 83, go back behind the woods.
82 son of a bitch.
82 son of a bitch it. Put that potty right, go in there and hide. Get in there, take a shit real quick.
Ready on the wall.
I stuffed some cigarettes.
Yeah.
Behind the
I got some cigarettes. You seen cigarettes? I've seen that too.
If you reach up into the toilet paper roll, there's a couple joints up in there. Yes.
Oh man, they're so gross. They remind me though, like, dude, I wish so. If you, Fred, you have probably done this because you have a lot of our stickers. I'm sure you put them on porta potties all over the world.
Oh yeah, porta potties, RVs.
Yeah, RVs, like just random people's RVs.
Yeah, just random people's RVs. They'll have like a lot of stickers. Like, all the stickers.
I always want to do that.
I'll just stick it one right there.
I always want to do that. And then I wonder if they're like, that son of a bitch, like for real, because like
it probably take you
a year later.
Take you a while to realize it because you don't just look at your
RV
like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, though. Do you?
Just go around and admire your stickers.
But you walk behind your vehicle all the time. Well, like I wonder if you would know. Like I would.
What's your license plate number?
My license plate number? I'm not giving that out on the air. I don't want people chasing me down.
I thought I was going to get it.
It's got 3 letters in it, I think.
Do you know your license plate?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah,
I know the first. I know the first 3 letters
but
of mine, but that's it. I don't know the numbers.
I feel like even though that thing hasn't changed, I'm always like, that thing just changed. I remember it from 1981. Well, so speaking of stickers, we're done all the stickers. Okay, so I've been seeing this symbol on these stickers. I want to know if you guys know what it is or not. And I had to look it up, so I do know what it is now. But it's like a triangle with a circle inside of it, with like a line inside of it, I think. Hold on, I'll show you what it looks like. I'll put it on the screen.
No circles allowed.
Okay, hold on. I'm sure you've seen this somewhere.
No circles inside the triangle.
See, and you're going to see what it is because it says it right here, but don't look at that, okay?
Oh, yeah.
This right here. So you can't see it, but this picture right here, you see it?
Okay. Yeah.
What it is, the circle with the shit and the shit. Okay.
Right.
All right. So don't look at what it said. So do you know what that... Don't read the words. You son of a bitch. So I thought
Potter.
I've been seeing this shit. I've been seeing this shit everywhere. And I was like, what is this like team that I don't know? Like, what is this thing?
Team Potter.
And, well, yeah. And then I looked it up because I was like, okay, I mean, it's a cool symbol.
Yeah.
But then I looked it up and I was like, oh, fuck, it's Harry Potter. Shit.
Yeah. I remember.
I don't know. I've only seen 2 Harry Potters.
When I started, I've seen them all. You know what I'm saying?
They were actually pretty good.
Yeah, they were pretty good. I want to play the game. Have you seen the new Harry Potter game?
Yeah, I heard it's
that looks pretty good. But anyway, so I was back in the day, like when Harry Potter was out in theaters and shit, I was dating this girl, and like she was a big Harry Potter fan, so we had to go see all the movies and all that.
Right, then you banged.
And I kind of got into her, and you know what I'm saying? Then it banged.
And she was all worked up after the Harry Potter movies, man. I bet.
But I was moving to Tennessee, and like they threw me a going away party and shit, and like they drew all over my car, and like they put like Expelliarmus and Gryffindor and like all kind of Harry Potter, huh?
Abracadabra.
Abracadabra. But so like, okay, I leave and I go to Tennessee, and I've been in Tennessee for like 2 weeks, and I'm a lazy piece of shit, so I ain't washed the car or nothing like that. So like, I'm driving down the road, and then out of nowhere I hear bam, 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 and I'm looking over, this dude's like, he's just going crazy, and he holds up the big ass book. Like the Harry Potter. He's like, Expelliarmus. I was like, oh, yeah. I took my shit to the car wash the next day. It's like they found me.
Nerds.
It's
nerds, exactly. You're just like, nerds. Dude, we used to do that. So, okay, we did do that. Speaking of that, this isn't the same thing, but it has nothing to do with Harry Potter. I saw the first Harry Potter movie and the last Harry Potter movie in the theaters. I've never seen any other Harry Potter.
Did it tie the first one together?
Potty movies. Damn it. I said potty movies. I said, damn it. Potties are everywhere tonight. You know what? We talked about porta potties for a solid like 10 minutes, and Allan didn't do one fart noise. He was real serious. He was real serious about it. I didn't hear one.
I did the good one, the one that you don't like.
Well, I don't like any of them. I think
the gravy.
I prefer my own rhythms.
I did this one.
I didn't hear that the whole time. I'll have to listen
Freddie said
back.
he had to go and make a deposit.
Okay, well, I didn't hear. I'm glad you did that.
You'll hear it next week.
If you didn't do it, that was a really dropped the
missed
ball.
Opportunity.
Yeah, I'm saying, dude, come on.
Swing and a miss.
Big time. But I totally forgot what I was talking about. But no, I was going to say something.
Yeah, you were talking about
Harry Potter.
And then you went from, you said this has nothing to do with Harry Potter.
Yeah, and then I forgot what I was talking about. Because it didn't have anything to do with Harry Potter. Then we went back and talked about it.
Yeah.
We're such nerds.
Yeah. So we were talking about, okay. So we were talking about the stand on your car. So again, Draper, this is when we used to live together in Piedmont. And one time we put like cardboard wheels, like spinners. We made cardboard spinners. And like the way he parked, he would never see one side of his car. Ever.
So the cardboard was on the other side.
So the cardboard was on the other side. He never saw it. Like he didn't see it for like weeks. And shit, we had shit, and they were so awesome. They were the worst thing in the world. When he drove around, he's like, I was wondering why everybody was talking, like they'd be honking and like laughing and pointing at my wheels. And he like never figured it out, dude. It was the greatest prank we ever pulled, probably. It was a classic prank because nobody got hurt.
Cardboard ribs.
Nobody got hurt, but it was
He had cardboard ribs and he had a fiberglass window that some dude popped out and stole the car when we were in Atlanta.
Yeah, the plexiglass window that I made for him.
Yeah, plexiglass window, yeah.
Damn, dude.
Oh, dude, it was good times.
Stealing cars.
It was a mystery who did it, man, because the guy, like I said, left. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
But he left, like, he like put more gas in it, and he left like a bag of Funyuns in the car. Which is, like I said, it was a super mystery, dude. And so, like, we didn't know, but he was like,
that's right, because they never caught him. They found the car.
He took off. Guy, right? He took off, like, okay, so again,
that's
we didn't
Atlanta
try to.
For you, though, man.
Oh, yeah, man, whatever. What are you going to do? We were in the fancy parking lot. Of course, like in the best parking, and I'm like, of course they stole the shittiest car in the best parking lot because it was like it was like a Saturn. It was such a piece of shit, you know. But
y'all
the mystery,
easy bait, man, easy bait.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. And he thinks he's like, I'm pretty sure I dropped the keys right outside the car when I got out because I had to get my bag of weed and take it into the stadium.
Yeah.
So anyway,
he didn't bring it home.
Yeah, dude. He killed me, dude. And I remember, so we picked it up. We went. I'll go on to the next thing, but we picked it up like a week and a half later. It showed up in like a tow yard in Atlanta, and we picked it up. And so he had one of those like one hitter things that you like look like a cigarette lighter.
Yeah,
we're talking about.
Right.
And so like the dude had like taken whatever and, you know, whatever else and busted the car up a little bit and everything. But like we got in and he was like, dude, look, they left the cigarette lighter. There's still weed in it. And like, and then like off we go. Driving like crazy the whole way home to Atlanta.
Another adventure.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, here we go. The neighbor is awesome.
It's not a total loss.
Weed. We'll have to get him on sometime because he's got some shit going on.
Yes. Yeah.
But dude, so we were talking about mysteries. My wife and I did a murder mystery game. Have you seen those boxes? Like it's like a board game essentially. So it's like a murder mystery thing. They do them like a subscription service where you like every month you get a new whatever game. Right, we don't do that. We just bought. We're cheap. We just bought one, and I was like, I'll just rewrite some stuff in it. And then we can do it again. Well, no, I was like, ideally, what we would do is everybody else would buy a different one, and then we would just trade that shit around.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Yeah. But that's not. We didn't do that because nobody knows. No one else wants to murder. And I don't want to murder shit either. So exactly. So we did it, dude, and like, oh my god, it was intense actually. So all they do is they give you like a bunch of pieces of paper, like some pictures. And just the evidence, and they're like, "Here's a page, basically of like, here's the police report. Here's some letters. Here's some bullshit papers, and here's like a card to the room. And here's this and here's that. Yeah, and it was like, you know, here's what So figure it out. Figure out who the killer is, and like the killer is in an envelope, right? Mm-hmm. And so like my wife and I, and it's like you have, it's like you can do it whenever, but it's like once you feel these are the questions you need to answer. Once you get it going, you can like, you can make your move. Open the envelope and see if you did the right thing. And so like we went through all this shit, dude. And I'm like, come on. And she's like taking notes and shit. Like I'm taking notes too because we're like reading. And she's like, let me see that document. I need to cross-reference it with this. And I'm like, let's put them on. Okay, so you know me, Fred. Like I think that shit is like dumb, but like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna get into it. So I went and got some glue dots, and I was like, let's put it on the wall. And like, we put it on the wall.
To get string and
I was like, do you want to get string? And we can like string it up. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like you've never been sexier to me than you are right now. And I'm like, if we're gonna do it.
I was about to say, did you just fall in love again?
We go through this whole process, dude. We're like doing all this shit, and like, I mean, we spent like a good hour on it.
This shit rekindled your marriage.
Yeah, we're gonna catch this son of a bitch. Like, we have to.
Yeah,
we have to. There's so much on the line.
You're my Watson to my Holmes.
But you complete me anyway. You complete me, Jack.
You solved the mystery of my heart.
We solved the mystery of Paragulch Manor or whatever the fuck it was. Like you caught that son of a bitch. So we go through this whole fucking thing, right? And it's like a hotel, and there's like a migrant worker or whatever, and he's like murdered. I didn't write the shit, Fred. And like he's just like murdered, but he was in love with somebody over here.
Nothing, senor.
Right, I don't know, but I didn't know. It didn't say what. I didn't make assumptions about his ethnicity.
I didn't see shit.
That's your key witness right there. He's like, no me gusta. No habla, man.
No inglés.
No es bueno.
So like we go through it, we talk, we're like talking it out. We're like, okay, we're putting shit on the board, like pointing at shit all the time. Like, see that? What about that right there? Blah, 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 blah. And so we're like, all right.
Back to the banana.
Right, exactly. I'm like,
something about the banana.
There's like time cards where people punched in and out of rooms. So we're like cross-referencing. I'm seriously, like we're taking like pages of notes and shit like that. And so we're like, all right, here we go. Like, we got it. We're pretty sure we got it, right? We're like, okay, this person fits all the criteria of murder, right? And so I'm like, all right, we're going to open up the envelope. I'm like, all right, here we go. Like, this fucking bitch, we got to get her. Like, we got to make this happen, Everything's riding on it. Yeah. The people of Terragulch Manor will never sleep if we don't get this right. And so, they're good people, Fred.
They're good people.
People, Fred. They deserve to know.
In a bad situation.
Juan Carlos. They deserve to know. He was well liked, Frank. And so we go through it all, and like we open it up, and I'm like, they're like, okay, so, and I'm like, okay, we picked, and I don't remember. I'm gonna change the names for their anonymity's sake.
There you go. That way,
we're not trying to get charges on this or get sued for this. So we're like, okay, it was obviously Suzanne,
the butler, yeah,
right? Suzanne. I think she was like a real estate agent or something. We're like, it was obviously her because she was in the room, last one in the room before the murder was done.
Yeah,
she fucking did this and said this, and we had everything lined up,
right? And
so I opened that shit up, and they're like, it was Raffaletta. Or who the fuck ever it was, son of a bitch, I'm like, who is that? Like, this person
like
wasn't even in the story.
Know?
They had one thing that they said that would have led to it. We solved like 7 mysteries on the way to this fucking thing, and every sign pointed to that bitch,
Susie, yeah,
whatever. And like, so we're like, oh, it's got to be, and I'm like, and then no, not at all. Totally. Then I looked it up online afterwards because I didn't want to spoil it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Looked up online. Everybody's like, dude, this is the most fucked up ending. Like, there's no way it should have been that. But I'm like, you're right.
You're right. Yeah. You joined in the hate.
Oh, I was so mad, dude. I was invested, Fred. Again, you know me, man. It takes a lot for me to be like, I'm doing this. We had no distractions. We're like, well, let's solve this motherfucker.
Right.
We're gonna bring this family peace. And like, we're gonna do it. We'll make sure that their memories are remembered throughout history. And oh man, it was so fucking. I can't honestly, like, we don't play like a lot of board games or anything anymore.
Right.
Like, I have not felt disappointment like that in a long time. I was so bummed up, man, but I was just because it was like we were sure.
Murder mystery box.
Dude, it was fun though. Like, that's the thing about it. Afterwards, I'm like, so what do we tell people that like we solved it, or like what do we? I'm like, should we? I mean, because like they don't really know.
See, that's the thing about it too. Like it's a one and done. You know what I'm saying? You can't solve the
right.
Same
That was. Right, yeah, you can't resolve the crime.
You can't resolve the crime,
so we gave it to my mom, and we're like, "Here, you solve it." Her husband is a former detective, a retired detective, and I'm like, "Let's see how he solves this bitch." So like that's what I want to.
You give it to him to piss him off.
Well, I want to see if he's like, "Oh, I caught it because I got the skills," or if the detective is just bullshit and I just did it downstairs. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm sure it's not. I'm sure there's more to it.
Anybody could be a detective.
But it kind of seems like if you could like just figure out like, okay, so that dude did that and then there. But then again, I also got it wrong. So
yeah.
Harder than I think. I don't know.
See,
it's ridiculous.
Making great cops and
well, that's kind of what I felt. And so, okay, and get this, Fred. And like, dude, okay, I swear
it's
to
like
God.
reality.
Yeah, it's like reality.
And this is the worst part. I swear, I know they did this. I know they did this shit on purpose because these sons of bitches would do this shit on purpose. Go through all this stuff, right?
Yeah. And
like, wife and I are like, okay, we're pretty sure it's Susie.
Right.
And then we're like looking at all the stuff. One of the things is a picture of her, and I'm like, the only person in this, everyone else is in New Mexico, right? And so, like, there's a lot of Latino people, and the only person who's black is Susie. And I was like, they couldn't, like, you gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be kidding me. Like, why would they do this to me? Like this is so
racial profile.
Yeah, and then we were wrong. So I was like, we totally profiled. Did we profile her?
Just like the real deal, man. It was the real deal.
Right. And it made me feel like, oh man, it was so ridiculous.
All right. My wife likes to do puzzles. And
like big puzzles?
Yeah, like, piece puzzles. So, like, there's one that I've seen out here lately where it's like the $1 million puzzle.
What?
Yeah. So, like, it's a puzzle of a QR code, and you put it together, and then you take the picture of the QR code, and it tells you if you won the million or not. Like, everybody wins something. I think it's like 500 to 1,000. It's not something insane.
That's kind of cool though.
Yeah, it is. And everybody wins something.
Right.
Like it's 25 cents to $1 million.
You don't get your money back. You get something on it.
I said one dude fucking went off, like they solved it, and he was like, "Oh, let's do it, babe. Let's do it. And did the thing. It was like 25 cents, and he like threw his phone and it hit the TV. Like,
that's an L right there. I love it.
Cost him $420.
And the phone.
Yeah.
You know that shit got smashed up. No, dude. Yeah, I would love to do puzzles, but I feel like I've never bought a puzzle that had all the pieces, or I'm just an idiot and I lose them all the time.
Yeah.
Do you guys do puzzles? Okay, serious question.
Yeah.
Do you do puzzles like do you do the outside first? Is that the
you do the borders first.
See, I've seen people who start in the middle.
That's stupid.
I thought it was stupid too.
How do you?
Because I was like, how do you start in the middle? Yeah. Well, I mean,
how do you even know what's the middle?
I mean, that's the thing about puzzles is like you got a big spoiler alert. Is that how do they do the QR code? Because they have a picture of that shit.
Yeah, they got a picture of the QR code.
You want me to scan that?
No. Well, I think it's got like something over the middle or something. You know what I mean? So you can't scan.
That would be hilarious if they're like, let's put a picture of the code on the outside too. So you're really smart. You just scan that shit. Yeah, get going. Have a good day.
I think that dude's being like sued or something. Because they say it's like gambling. Because they already did the $1 million one, and like somebody won it, but then they're doing like a $2 million puzzle.
Okay,
like
same puzzle.
It's the same puzzle, same concept. You know what I'm saying? But there's like two $1 million prizes. But like this dude's making bank off of this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, is he?
He's making a killing. I think they said he sold over like a 250,000 units.
And
$25 a piece.
Oh, all right, yeah, that's not bad.
You know what I'm saying? This dude's making bank.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just a puzzle?
Damn, I only come up with that shit.
That's a puzzle.
Man, we could have lied. We never had to pay anybody $1 million. We would have got $1 million, Alan, for the puzzle.
But with our luck, the first puzzle that was sold.
Oh, yeah. We'd have been like, we sent the $1 million puzzle out. No other ones.
We'll do the $3 million puzzle.
Oh, look at that.
We'll jump ahead of it.
What if we do it where $30 puzzle?
Let's do it. It's like 5 pieces.
$30. You could win $30. Dun, dun, dun.
It would sell.
Yeah, they would. It's $5 a puzzle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we could. But we're not giving everybody $30 though, right?
No. If you win,
okay. Well, you win. How do you? What are your odds? So, like, that's what I want to know. What are the odds? Is like, if everybody.
I think that's what he made. He made 250,000 puzzles.
Okay.
So and quarter is 250,000 and one.
Not bad.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, it's fun too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fun because that's a fucking impossible puzzle to do. Like, how do you know if you got it? Like that.
Seen somebody did like a 10-foot puzzle.
Shit.
Like it was 10 feet long, 10 feet wide. It was a panoramic, like Americana. You know, it had like not Stonehenge. What the fuck am I talking about? Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore, yeah.
They had like Rushmore, New York City, Statue of Liberty, like just American stuff. Route 66, you know what I'm saying? It was like 10 feet long. It was like ridiculous, man.
That's stupid.
That's crazy.
Why would you do that?
Puzzles.
10 feet.
It's puzzling.
Dude, okay, I'll be honest with you. Like, again, the thing is, I remember doing puzzles as a kid.
Yeah.
And being like, this is mildly exciting at best. Like, even as a kid. And they're like, we're about to solve it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, just like the show is right now. Mildly exciting.
Mildly exciting at best.
Mildly exciting, yeah.
We're talking puzzles and porta potties tonight, Allan. But I've been doing my Google research, and they said that people love porta potty talk and puzzle talk. We're trying to really break into the pooping leisure category of podcasts. Leisure poop. The next tomorrow's show, we're gonna talk about skee ball, or what was that? What's that game they play? Not skee ball, the one where they slide it on the old people slide it on the
shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, yeah. We're gonna talk about shuffleboard and fucking quilting next week.
Lawn darts.
No, lawn darts are not safe, Fred. Who thought that was a good idea? You knew people. You knew people immediately would be like, "I'm gonna throw it up in the air and see if I can run away from it." Like, yeah. We're all stupid. We're gonna do that, not realizing it's essentially a shiv flying from the fucking
somebody
air.
Hits it in the head. Yeah, sure. You know, somebody had.
They did. They banned those, didn't they?
Oh yeah. All it took was one death, and they banned them.
That's terrible.
Is it? I mean, you're literally. I mean, I get it. I get like it would be a fun game in ideal scenario, but like that's not gonna happen. People are stupid.
They replace lawn darts with cornhole.
Exactly. Yeah, they're like, here, we'll throw bags of corn at people,
and we'll name it cornhole.
I don't understand the corn thing, but whatever. All right. Well, now that we've gone full circle back to cornholes and porta potties again, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more of the Black Lincoln Collective's 80-second son of a bitch episode.
The Black Lincoln Collective podcast will return after a word from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Black Lincoln Collective Podcast, episode number 82, son of a bitch. We're glad you're back. It's time, ladies and gentlemen. It is everybody's favorite thing that we do. It's time for Fredline News.
Oh, Fredline News. Welcome, everybody, to Fredline News. Fredline News. Number one.
I feel like, okay, for a second I was worried you didn't have anything. And you were just going to keep saying Fredline News until I interrupted you.
Fredline News.
I say every I can. They'll never know.
Fredline News. Fredline News.
As usual, sponsored by Bing Bros.
So a Chicago woman went viral on social media for showing off her new car. Ooh. She's got a new car. She's paying $289 a month.
Wow, you get viral
for 74 months.
Ooh.
For a 1998 Ford Escort.
That's a pimp car, though.
No, it's not.
Wait,
1998
again? 74 months?
84 months.
84 months. That's 7 years.
That's 7 years at $289 a month.
So you must have the worst
$289
in the universe.
By 84.
It's about 25 grand for a 1998
Yeah,
Ford Escort.
24,276. Yeah, that could be. That's all. Oh, look, there it is. First thing that pops up when you look up 1998 is Ford Escort. I swear to God.
Wow.
She got approved for an 84-month loan with 173% APR.
Oh my God.
That
must be the place I used to work for in action, because that's what they used to do to people is they rip them up.
That used to be illegal.
Dude,
that's crazy.
Shit is like,
and she's happy about it. It looked like
she's happy. Oh, she's shining. She put a bow on it.
Yeah,
she put a
good
bow.
for her. You know what? I say good for you.
I mean, if you could afford, come on, though, man.
But yeah, but I mean, you know, she's happy to have a car. This dude was the dude who sold it to her is like, I just pulled off the damn scheme of the century. Yeah, like, yeah, we're all dancing. He's dancing right with her. Like, she's all happy. He's right there with her, matching her energy. Like, he's like, you know what? I'm going to get the bow.
I'm throwing the bow for free.
He's like, you know what? Since you signed the deal, I'm going to get it washed for you. We're going to get it vacuumed out, and we're going to put a fucking bow on it. And she's like, how could you treat me so well?
Yeah, can I get new tires? No, we can't get you new tires.
Nope, sorry about that. Hey, whoa, you already got me over a barrel here. My manager's really mad at me about this deal.
Don't push it, baby.
Yeah. You think we can give this kind of deal to anybody? It reminds me of that episode of was it King of the Hill, where Hank had his guy, like he had his car guy, and his car guy like gave him sticker price on everything, and he was like, "It's the deal of the century," and like. And everybody was just like, no, dude, you're getting ripped.
You're getting ripped
But he
off.
thought it was the deal. So, okay, well, that's ridiculous. I'm glad but again, I'm glad she's excited.
Hey, if you're happy, whatever makes you happy. Who am I to judge?
Okay, do you have a car-related pun for this one? Or anything? Do we have an end? You just wanted to tell me about it. That's fine.
The pun was a Ford Escort.
The joke was in itself, man.
Like I couldn't say anything funnier than the story itself. Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Frontline News bit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. My computer's not working, so we're gonna skip that one. All right. So, a sweet potato links a suspect to a cold case murder.
Ooh. This was
so
sweet potato bandit.
So a man in Massachusetts is connected to a cold case murder thanks to DNA, a GPS tracker, and a sweet potato. So what? To make a long story short, what this dude?
No, make it a long story. Make a short story long, Brad.
Make short story
a lot of time to kill, baby.
So 40-year-old Devarius Hampton was charged for murder on Monday. The charges come 12 years after this dude named Todd Lampley was found shot to death.
Oh, wow.
And this was back in 2011. If you add 11 and 12, it makes 23. So the lead that resulted in the dude getting arrested was a phone that he had, but the name under the phone was Marlo Stanfield. I'm sorry, Stanfield. Okay. Do y'all know who Marlo is?
Is that the dog from Marley and Me? No, that wouldn't be. Wouldn't mean anything. Stanfield sounds familiar, but no.
You seen The Wire?
No. I'm afraid to watch The Wire.
What?
I'm not white. I'm too white for it.
Yeah, he really is. But,
I know, dude. I'm serious.
Marlo was like a main character.
Okay.
Like,
is it going to destroy my psyche if I watch it?
No,
I feel
man.
like
it's a really good show. It's a really good show.
There's a lot. Is there a lot of butt rape?
Nah, it's some, but not a lot. There may be one.
There's a lot. I'm back in.
Yeah.
There's only a little bit. I don't know if I can handle it. I don't know if I can. Just like Game of Thrones. They're like, somebody was like, are there a lot of dogs? And I was like, I mean, there's a couple of dogs. You can't get away from the dogs.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
They got the titties. They got to have the dogs.
Yeah, I mean, you got to even it out.
You got to get the women something.
Yeah, if you're in a jail, there's going to be some butt rape. I mean, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable.
So he had the guy from The Wires.
Yeah, he had the phone under that name. And on the show, Marlo is seen putting a potato on the gun and using it as a silencer.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
He did the same thing.
Yes. And also, while the murder took place, he was wearing a GPS tracker. So they put him in, and it surprises me that
was he there?
12 years. Say what?
To do the most see, it doesn't take shit to be a detective, friend. That's the thing about it, dude, is like, why didn't they just say, like, why don't we see if there was any GPS signals right by the murder when the murder happened? And then be like, oh, well, let's see who that could be. They don't even have to get through the fucking cell phone potato issue. There's a way easier way to do it.
They put it, they say they can place him at the home at the time of the murder because of the GPS monitor he was wearing. They also say the GPS puts him at the pond where the gun was later recovered. So Mr. Hampton is being held without bail, and he is going to jail where he will be somebody's sweet potato.
But why did he? Why is the cops so stupid? How did he get away with this for 11 years?
I don't know. It doesn't say that, but I mean, it took them 12 years.
That's ridiculous.
To figure out that he killed that man.
Yes. Allan, did you say that he was going to be stuffed? Because that is the very obvious potato joke.
Like a Christmas sweet potato.
No, that boy's going to be stuffed.
He's going to be stuffed.
That's going to be one loaded potato.
He's extra sour cream.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Delicious. They have sweet potatoes in jail, Fred? Generally speaking, I've never seen. I don't know if there's like.
I think they had.
Do they sell
like, a
vegetables
damn
in
mash.
the?
No, like where I was at,
Commissary?
they had. No, they don't sell vegetables.
Okay.
Not like you can't just buy green peppers.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Like kiwi. Like, oh, the mangoes are looking fresh this week, Doris. Let me get 2 honey buns and 2 mangoes. I don't fucking know.
What kind of fish y'all got?
What's the fresh catch of the day? Suzanne?
That catfish you had last week was delicious.
Fancy prison, Allan. That's white people prison right there. That's exactly what it's like. Every time I've been in prison.
Exactly what it is.
Okay. So what were we talking about? I don't even remember.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potatoes, yeah. Delicious.
Oh, no, yes. Okay.
So he did use the sweet potato to kill the guy. I mean, like,
Yeah, he used it.
Does that work?
See, the difference, Marlo used a white potato.
Is that really true? Are you serious? Okay. I know you're not, but I feel like you might be. Allan just changed his voice, I think.
No, I've seen, I don't know about for real, but like I've seen several like movie scenes where that is like a thing. You can put a potato on a gun and it'll silence it. But that's the same thing as in the movies when they put the pillow gun up to the pillow. You know
right. Like, it's like, think. Like,
yeah.
That's not how that works. No.
Guns don't work that way.
Well, I don't think a potato is going to be like, oh, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm scared like the barrel will get stuck and like the gun will blow up in my face. And
no, it's not a fucking Looney Tunes gun. Right? It's not going to explode backwards into your face.
It's going to banana peel on me.
Yeah, exactly. It shreds to pieces right in front of your face, and you're going to be like, your whole face, your hair's going to be blown backwards.
It's going to knock my mouth around to the back of my head.
That goddamn potato. Some bitch. What? We got any more friend line? Shit is off the rails tonight.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh yeah.
Now you sound like
oh shit! I still can't use that one. Damn, I wanted to do that one.
Just read it.
Okay.
Just remember.
I can't because it won't let me.
It won't let you. Your brain won't let you remember.
No, it won't let me.
Give us the gist of it. You want me to look it up? What is it?
Okay. So a mummy was found. This dude he found a mummy. No, the police found a mummy in this dude's like DoorDash bag.
What part of the mummy did they find? A dick or something? Because
it was a whole mummy. Like he found
a DoorDash bag.
He had it like a DoorDash bag.
It was like a because
so good. I want to.
Was it like a huge mummy or like a little tiny mummy? Because there are
it was a full mummy, but it was like fetal position. You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
But how did he get into somebody's DoorDash?
He been carrying it around like
in a DoorDash bag because they were like
DoorDash bag.
They'll never suspect that I'm hiding a mummy in there the whole time.
They say that
art authorities are on the run or chasing her down.
Then when they asked him about it, he said that she was his sweet baby angel, and that she lives with him, she sleeps with him in the bed, and like he loves her.
I mean, does he?
I wish I could read. I can't remember the whole.
Dude, if that dude bangs a mummy, that's great.
It's like a real.
How do you not get cursed?
It's. I don't know. It's just a mummified body, is what it was.
Sure. Well, that's still gross.
Yes, it's totally disgusting.
I mean, I know it's not like I didn't assume it was like a mummy that was like wrapped up. Like,
oh, no, see, that's what I was thinking. Like Bubba Hotep. That's what I was thinking. Like, the love mummy.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Okay, I got it.
All right, here we go. Now we're spoiler. I already told you what the story is.
All right. So is a mummy estimated to be between?
Where did this happen? First,
this happened in Perugia.
Peru?
Yeah, Peru. Okay. In the Peruvian city
it had happened
of
in
Puno.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, Milwaukee. Poor Milwaukee.
I said DoorDash, but it wasn't DoorDash. It was Pedios Ya, which is a Latin
Peruvian
American
DoorDash.
Peruvian DoorDash. Yes,
Yeah,
Latin
I get
American
it.
food.
That's fine.
Company
I'll accept
delivery
that.
app. Yeah, but so a 26-year-old dude, they said he had a delivery bag, Pedios Ya, and inside they found a mummy. So
Weird.
The man, she's like my spiritual girlfriend, is what she said. He named her Juanita.
Sure. Like most mummies.
At home. Say what?
I said like most mummies are named Juanita.
At home, she's in my room. She sleeps with me. I take care of her, as the dude said that on the video.
That is low maintenance. It's just like Fred. If you had a girlfriend,
I bet she don't be talking back.
I was gonna say, if you had a girlfriend who was in a wheelchair, you wouldn't have to worry about going on hikes. It's just low maintenance stuff, man.
Oh shit!
It's true. You got to do what you got to do.
Hold on, okay. When the Peruvian news agency told him that the mummy was probably, in fact, an adult male and presumed to be from the eastern area of Puno, the man responded with, "Well, any port in a storm."
Oh my god, dude, that's ridiculous. That is some ridiculous mummery. I didn't even know mummies. I didn't even know where do you get a mummy nowadays?
I guess in Peru. They say they find them in Peru a lot. They said they've been finding. 2001, they found one between 800 and 12,000 years old. 1,200 years old.
How old was the one he had? Yeah, you said it.
It says 6 to 8.
6
to 800 years old. Yeah. Well, that's like the home of the Incan Empire.
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, so is it like haunted? Do you think it was haunted and he could like see the ghost?
Oh, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah, that dude.
I feel like you get real cursed if you have sex with a mummy, though.
He gonna get Epstein.
Yeah, yeah, that's not a good.
No.
So listen up, kids. We're coming up on an hour of the show, and there's 2 lessons that you've got to learn today. One is don't drink and drive. And the other is do not consensually or non-consensually have sex with a mummy. Those are the 2 things you need to learn. Eventually, they're going to figure it out. You're going to go to the wrong place, and they're going to be like, "Oh, that's my DoorDash." And you're like, "That's my sex mummy." My 800-year-old sex mummy.
Sex mummy. That's
weird.
That's just
dry. There's Allan.
There you go.
So he's back. He's gone, and he's back. Okay. So all right, that's gross, dude. Do you have any other? I
got one more.
All right,
I got one more. Okay, here we go. All right.
Bye.
Ric Flair is
friend
to
of the
be
show.
face of cannabis products for erectile dysfunction from Mike Tyson's weed company.
Hell yeah.
Dude, that's the collab of the century, man.
That is the collab of the century. Is that not?
That's awesome.
It's going to be called
Wayne. It should be called Wood.
Woo!
Duh. So it's like wood. Like a wiener. It could be called Wood Weed. Mike Tyson maybe could visit one day and tell us about it.
Yeah, that's
right.
Maybe, when he does, I'm sure they're going to go do press. We don't have we don't.
I got a clip. I got a video if you want to see.
Of what?
Of Mike Tyson and Ric Flair.
No, I want Mike Tyson to visit us on the show one day and talk to us.
Okay.
Okay, let me drop the hint.
Yeah.
This was a murder mystery, Fred.
Oh, I would have failed.
You would have failed the mystery on that one.
I would have failed.
So, all right. That's ridiculous. All right. So those are your Fredline newses of the week.
Fredline news.
All right. We're going to take a real quick break and we'll be right back with some more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Welcome back to the BLC podcast. We are so glad you're still with us. It is our favorite time of the year, ladies and gentlemen. It is Whack History Month. This is the 38th straight year that we've done Whack History Month. 38, Fred. I've been counting. Last year was like 17.
Yeah, I know.
It's been a long year. There's been a lot that's gone on in the last year.
We do Whack History in dog years.
That's true. That's true. It's the best part of the year. Well, so in this year, Fred, you may or may not know this, I learned that this March is Women's History Month.
Oh.
So what we've decided to do this week is we've decided to merge the two and make Whack Herstory Month.
We're going to be sexist.
We're taking the his out of
give them equal rights. Equal rights.
Right, it's herstory.
Herstory.
So we're going to talk about some of the meanest bitches that have ever existed on the planet this week. And there's some everybody knows about, but I was reading about this girl named Wu Zetian or Zetian.
Yeah.
She's the cruelest woman in ancient China. She was born rich, right?
Yeah.
And you know how that is.
Yeah.
She got educated. Then the king was like, hey, I want you to be my concubine at the age of 14, right?
Oh.
I'm going to show you a picture of her because she's a hottie. You just wait for this. This is in the year like 786, by the way. So look at this. Look at this lady. This is Wu Zetian. How could you resist, Fred? How could you not find her dragon hat and ears?
It's a peacock dragon.
It is. It's all the. Yeah, it is. I guess it is a peacock. It looks like a dragon too. Yeah.
It's got a dragon tail.
All right, so that's Wu Zetian. All right, now you know what she looks like. Audience at home, beautiful lady. So she couldn't get him any kids, but when he died, she was banging his oldest kid. So he got to stick around, and it was Emperor Li Zi, the youngest son of the emperor that she was banging at the time. Sure. And so it turns out they were banging as well. So then she got dirty. She wanted to be the number one lady of the emperor. But Zhao was much hated by Empress Wang. So Wang helped Wu become more desirable to the emperor. Now stick with me, Fred. However, the effort proved to be too effective. And Wu became the emperor's favorite, bearing him a son, Li Hong, in 652.
Which was probably his grandson.
Right. And then she got him a daughter, too. But then the daughter died and by strangulation. And Wu, I feel like I can't even keep up with this and I'm reading.
Yeah.
Wu accused Wang of the murder. Wang lost favor with the emperor, even though they think Wu strangled her own daughter.
So they think it was Wang.
No, Wang didn't. They think Wang got set up.
Everybody, Wang.
Wu is the girl we showed the picture of. Okay, so Wu is the main character.
Woo. Oh, okay, Wu.
So then, she kind of took over. Hey, Satan.
Oh,
you know who's got a big wing? I do. Yeah, it's humongous. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. It was like the ladies look at it and go, woo.
Come on and say, you have a big wang, I do, and leave. And it would have been the perfect comic segment.
Yes, that was the large wang is me. Well, Merry Christmas from my family to yours. We'll see you guys later.
it all year.
That was my favorite show ever. I'm saying, dude, if Satan just popped on and been like,
you got a big wing. I do.
That would have been the best thing. Cut it. So in the years, so Wu took over, started killing everybody, like left and right. She became the ruler, and then she just killed the fuck out of everybody. Basically, they said. She started just executing everybody. She created her own secret police force. And like in 684, 12 branches of the imperial family were all killed like at the same time in fucking Red Wedding.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and then but despite that, people loved her because they said that she told all the young or the poor people that she was doing as an act of grace by killing everybody else and to help the lower families. So they were into her.
Hey,
crazy bitch,
hey,
man.
I would, yeah. She went the right way.
She did. She got the
people on your side. You get the people on your side, man.
Yes, and then I'm going to read you one more because I don't want to get in. I don't want to be sexist, Fred. But this lady,
you sexist motherfucker.
Well, there's one person, and so there's one of these people on this list of that I've carefully researched and didn't just Google before the show. There's one person on the list that is like a Nazi lady, and she's like real fucked up. And I'm not gonna because again, we don't glorify that shit. We're not down with that. So she's real fucked up, and she was like, at the end of it, I read all her stuff, and I was like, this lady must have been like old as hell and just mean as hell. And they're like, when she got sentenced to be hanged at the end, when good triumphed over evil.
Right.
And when she hung, she was 22 years old.
And she had done all that shit by then.
And she had gone, I mean, I can't even list all the stuff, dude. She was just nuts.
List some of it.
Okay, hold on. Let me list some.
Give me some of it.
List some of it. Does Beelzebub have to show up again?
So her name was Irma Grease. And something like that, whatever. And she was married at 13 and then figured out her. Okay, well, no, when she was 13, her mom drank hydrochloric acid and killed herself because her dad cheated on her, I guess.
Oh my God.
And then they said she was like a really good, really nice lady. She dropped out of school at 14 and went to go study nursing and then worked at an SS hospital where she started doing experiments on patients.
Oh my God.
And okay, hold on. Let me show you. Also, we're going to get a picture of her for you. Allan, you would love her.
Oh,
okay. Fred, I feel like you might be into her too.
Irma Gurr, indeed.
So, in 1942, she got a job at Ravensbrück, a camp exclusively for women prisoners. And in 43, she transferred to Auschwitz, where she rose to like the senior SS rank, right?
Damn.
And then and again, this is not funny. So I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to read this shit because it's fucked up.
Well,
this is why,
laugh, because it may be funny.
It might be a little funny, but it's not funny though until the end when she gets killed. Then we can laugh.
Okay.
So she visited her dad, who hated Nazi people, and then he beat the shit out of her and told her never come back.
Damn.
And so she cut out, and then that made her even angrier for some reason.
Even
surprised she didn't kill him.
It made her even more Nazi. He pushed her away.
She double Nazi.
Hug her and
and be like, "That's not. You don't look good in black.
Yeah,
you look good in whatever other colors German people wear."
What's the sound of music?
So they said that she was in
drapes.
She was in charge of 30,000 prisoners, and she would just do wacky. She would beat their boobies with her whip and shit, and then shoot people and bang people, and bang the dudes, bang the girls, and then do all kinds of stuff, man. And then they finally they captured her. Like I said, she was one of the worst women of all time. They said.
And she was only 22 years old.
She was 22 when she was the youngest Nazi war criminal to be hanged. Dang. She was crazy. So we don't glorify that. But this other lady,
That is wacky history.
Irma Gerd. Wacky history just took a real dark turn, y'all.
I can't believe this. Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to tell you one more and then we'll get you guys out of here for this week. Okay, so Lady Elizabeth Bathory, she's probably the worst
of the Hampton Bathories.
Of the murdering Bathories, yes.
Of the murdering Bathories.
So she is, they said like she is not by any means. Okay, hold on. Let me first show you a picture of her again.
Yeah, oh my God.
She's, maybe she could be the hottest of the three. I don't know.
Come on.
I'm just saying she could be.
Look at that pancake face.
I don't know. It's a hard call. None of them were great. But she was born in 1560 on a family estate in Hungary, right? See, that Hungary comes into play later because of fucked up shit she does. So she was the niece of the Prince of Transylvania and the King of Poland. So she's super rich, born with all the things, got all this money and everything. And when she was a child, she suffered seizures, which may have been epilepsy, right? So treatment at that time in 1596 was to feed the patients blood and bits of skull from someone who didn't have that. What the? So they would feed her bloods from other people and bits of skull as a child.
How did they get the bits of skull?
Dude, come on. You know how they got bits of skull.
It's Transylvania, man. Dracula.
Exactly. Vampire stuff.
Dracula.
I came to take a bit of your skull.
There's a poor
Let me suck your blood and give it to a little girl.
Who needs your skull?
And some of your blood.
She will not survive without your skull. Dracula, I won't survive without my skull.
Right. It doesn't matter.
It's a choice.
So she witnessed brutal punishments by her family and was really messed up. Her father was an officer and he just like was into witchcraft and stuff.
Nah.
So between
no DSS, baby.
No, you know. No, we don't mess with them now. No. But between 10 and 12, they don't know exactly when. They couldn't have just said 11. She was engaged. I mean, who's going to write? This was 1575, Fred. Like, no one's around to if you just said
diary, I'm 11 years old.
I'm between the ages of 10 and 12 years old. Sources are unclear because it was 1575. So she like was engaged with this dude, Count Nasty. They got married. Count Nasty, y'all. She was 15 when they got married, and he was 19. So, but here's the twist. When she was 13, she banged this peasant, had a baby, and then they gave the peasant the baby just away. They're like,
you just gave the baby to
go away.
Get out of here.
So,
take your
dude that she married, Navasti, cut out, like went to go fight the Ottomans, right?
Yeah.
Left Elizabeth running the estate, and so she went wackadoodle. Like in 1601, so like what, 26 years later, he died, and she's like, it's on. So she killed girls between like 10 and 14, where she just effed them up, dude. She like tortured the heck out of them, put pins under their fingernails, covered them in honey and left them to be eaten by like insects and ants and stuff, whipping people and like burning them and stuff, and like burning them and then dumping them in ice water.
How did
they have ice in 1575?
Who's going along with this?
Where did they get ice in 1575? I guess if it was cold, it could have been in the winter.
The mountains.
I forgot about the winter. All of the winter. Forgot about that.
It's just like now, man. If you got money, you can get away with anything.
It's true. You can get away with ice. But so, like, they eventually caught her.
Who's going along with it? Like, my lady.
Well, so they were sending, what they were doing is they would basically send her, like, people would send her kids. So they would usually send the daughters of the lesser gentry who sent their daughters to her house to learn etiquette. And she would just rip them up. And so that went on for years. At 1610, she finally got, like, busted up. They caught her. They had 300 witness accounts. They said someone estimated she had killed 650 people.
How the fuck you get away with that?
Well, she didn't get away with it because she was confined. She didn't. Okay. All of her friends were killed. All the people that worked with her they were all killed, right? She got confined because she was fancy pants. Got confined to a bricked up room with slits for air and delivery of food. And like just a few years later, they're like, she's dead. They found her dead.
She could take
She was just living in this room full of
living in this hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broker.
So those are some of the most inspiring women in history. For Whack Herstory, bud.
Whack Herstory.
Women, if you go on a starvation diet, you too can do all of these things. Because there's nothing. The only thing scarier than those 3 women I read is my wife or my daughter when they haven't eaten for like 12 hours. Like all that stuff is messed up, but you have not seen what happens when they don't eat.
Yeah.
So that's this week's Whack Herstory schedule segment. I don't have nothing else for it. All right.
It's all good.
It's all good. Whack history, baby. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
That's our slogan for the year.
We'll swing again.
Yep, let's go for it.
Knock it out the park.
Exactly. We'll do better next week on all points. We'll talk less about porta potties, and I guarantee it. I will guarantee it, actually. But I think we're going to get out of here this week unless you guys have something else.
I think I'm done, buddy.
All right. Let's say goodnight to the people.
That's good.
Everybody have a good night. We'll see you next week on the 83rd edition of the Black Link Collective Podcast. I think we'll have Landon on. I'm not sure.
All right. All
right, good night, everybody. Say good night, Nate. Say good night. Nope. Okay. Good night. There you go.
We are laughing. And we are very good friends. Good buddies, sharing a special moment.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Just hang loose, blood. She's gonna catch up on the rebound on the men's side.
Get to the chopper!
Oh, what a day. What a motherfucking day.
Well, that's all, folks.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Goddamn hit. Don't worry, nobody's listening anyway.
As you know, I'm a man of special needs.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.